So Gale made up this thing called the Dude Wrangler, and I've recited this at a couple of dude ranches with good friends of mine who are dude wranglers, and we haven't killed each other yet, but it works that way. So let me get this mic out of here. So I'm going to tell you all a sad, sad story now of how a cowboy fell from grace. Now, really, this is something awful. You know, there never was so sad a case. One time I had myself a partner. Never knowed one quite so good. So we throw our outfits in together and we lived the way good cowboys should. Now, he was savvy about wild cattle and he was handy with a rope. And for a gentle, well-reined pony, he just didn't want to hit a rope. He never wore no clothes but Levi's, and he wore them till they was slick. And he never wore no broad-brimmed Stetson. You cut your hats down with this, because where we rode, the brush was thick. He never had no time for women. So bashful and shy was he. Besides, he knowed that they was poison. So we always let him be. Well, he went to work on distant ranges, and I didn't see him for a year, but I know I had no cause to worry. I knowed one day he'd reappear. And then one day I come down from the mountains, I'm feeling good and stepping light. I just sold all my yearlings, the price was out of sight. When down the street I saw something, well, it caused my heart to fade away. Yeah, I try and tell you what it was. I never will forget that day. Well, down the street, there came a-walking my old-time partner, as of yore. And I know you won't believe me. Let me tell you what he wore. Well, he had his boots outside his breeches. God, they was made of leather, green and red. His shirt was of a dozen colors. It was loud enough to wake the dead. And around his neck, he had a kerchief. It was knotted through a silver ring. And I swear to God, he had a wristwatch. A wristwatch. Who ever heard of such a thing? Well, I said, "Oh, Park, now what's the trouble? You must have had some loco weed. If you tell me how to help you, I'll get you anything you need." Well, he looked at me for half a minute, and then he began to bawl. He says, "Bear with me while I tell you what made me take this awful fall. It was a woman from Chicago who put this evil spell on me. But she told me I was romantic and just as handsome as could be. I'm afraid there's nothing for it. You can't help me if you tried. I'm wrangling dudes instead of cattle. I'm what they call a first-class guide. I saddles up their pump-tailed ponies and I fixes their stirrups for them too. I boosts them up into their saddles and they give me tips when I'm through. It's just like horses gone loco. You know, I couldn't quit it if I tried. I'll go on wrangling dudes forever till the day that I shall die." Well, I drawed my gun and I throwed it on him. I had to turn my face away, but I shot him squarely through the middle, and where he fell, I left him lay. Now, I surely hated for to do that, because things that's done, you can't recall. So when a cowboy turns dude wrangler, he ain't no good no more